Hello, our selection community. I'm your host Unbeatable, and today we have some 1v1. This is a private game where we have Cyber and the red against what's his name? T3P3RO. I always forget how to pronounce it. They call it I think T3P3RO. Yes, exactly. It's the free is like an E. I'm always confused about that one. So T3P3RO. So not much to say about this. They're just two high-level players. They play ranked 1v1 all the time, and this was a nice evening, and we were chilling in the war selection easy Discord, and essentially there was an argument about, well, bulwarks are too good, and I see Europe all the time, and Europe is boring and stuff like that. So they made a challenge. One of them made a challenge that says, well, let's do only Asia. Let's have fun with Asia. So there we have it. So in this game, the limit is one thing, only Asia. That's the only limit. Other than that, they can play however they want. So that's the meta. It is the meta. Sending 8 workers. Apparently that's something that they do at this time. Sending 8 workers to the front and start pumping bulwarks. That's what Cyber is gonna do. Menacing. Anyway, Cyber hasn't took the upgrades for the bulwark damage. He doesn't have a lot of food, so maybe that's why. He's still pumping out workers. Actually, a lot of houses as well. Does he have the wood to pump out bulwarks and houses? Well, not a problem for the time being. Anyways, T3P3RO is not happy about this one bit, so he's making his own bulwarks just to deal with those front bulwarks. And now, Cyber found out T3P3RO own fish line. Well, it's almost gone anyway, right? I mean, there's one fish, still food, you know, still food. Alright, so it seems to be pretty manageable. I mean, sure, it's a bit annoying, but nothing problematic. Resource-wise, T3P3RO is still in an advantage because he essentially stopped the bulwarks on these entries, and it's manageable. Annoying, but manageable. If Cyber managed to get to the berry line, then this is gonna be a bit problematic. And as you can see, it is starting to come close to the berry line, and a lot of dead workers from T3P3RO. He has to stop this. He cannot allow this menacing the line of bulwarks. So those bulwarks are essentially dying. Alright. Yeah, so that's about it. I mean, now that I think all of the workers from Cyber are dead, it gives some period of time. Oh, that's sad. It gives some period of time for Cyber to regroup and send another group of workers to die. I mean, to conquer the iron. But there's another iron there. And there's a lot of food here. To be honest, the map has a lot of options. For Asia players, that's more than enough. We don't see a temple yet. Oh, Cyber is gonna get a temple soon enough. Actually, he has so much wood. I think he could have made the temple years ago. Oh well. Still a lot of food here, so he should age up soon. I mean, now you have 1200 wood, man. What's going on? I think he's playing like a monka. Anyways, we have a temple going up soon enough, so it's gonna be even, I think. T3P3RO is now pumping a bit of warriors. I don't think they are upgraded. Oh, never mind, they are upgraded. Let's check everything, and except the speed. But to be honest, he doesn't really need warriors. He just needs slingers to defend his base, and maybe a little bit of macement to take down the bulwarks. A little bit. I probably missed this, but Cyber put a lot of bulwarks on this metal node or iron node, which is very important. One node is captured, another one is captured. The only remaining free metal node that the Pero can use is the one on the south, and then the one on the northeast, which means he's kinda in a sticky situation. He has to clear this one. This is the safest one. If he can take this one, this will be the best option for him. And I can... Oh, there's also another option. He can clear this node. That's kind of manageable, I think. Yeah, this is manageable. I mean, if he can clear this node, this one is even easier. Alright. Let's see, he's gonna grab some free fish. There's nothing bad with that. I mean, he has a lot of food, right? But you know what they say, when you have extra food, you always have extra. Extra is free. Free is good. Free means less wood and chickens. Less beheading chickens. I think that makes sense. Anyways. I have a question. Why in the game do we have to behead chickens? Why can we not get the eggs from the chickens? Same thing for ducks. I mean, Asia players, they always eat eggs and eggs from ducks. Oh, never mind. Let's focus on the dance move. In the high level war selection community, we all know the dance move. You move one unit in the circle, and everyone else misses. Now, all of those slingers should be upgraded, and they are. A lot of damage. Now, naturally, there's a lot of bulwarks, so you have to be careful how you want to approach this. Cyber decided to upgrade all of those towers. That's gonna be quite expensive, but I suspect that when you're rich, you don't care. I think he just upgraded everything, like press the button and GG. That's what he did. Has to be, right? Has to be. Anyway, I kind of missed the main details, but you can roughly see that he's not spending 1 second in Bronze Age. He's going to Iron Age immediately. And because his base is, you know, safe, no bulwark shenanigans, he can just push in and pressure his opponent. Now the problem is with the front line here, you can see. I mean, there's a lot of slingers from Cyber. Honestly, I don't think you should take the battle here. Sure, you can take it, you won't lose it, but you're not getting any benefit. I mean, there's a lot of food. A lot of food for T3P3RO. Actually, no, scratch that. He doesn't have a lot of food, but he has enough food. Enough, alright? Yeah, I mean, this iron is nuts for... I mean, this iron, he can live without it for a while because he still has this copper node and this copper node, which is more than enough for the time being. And the only thing that stops him from getting this iron is just towers, and he can kill it, no problem. There's no rush. Anyway, it seemed that he wanted to take a battle at the front, killing all the slingers from Cyber, and now we can either push in or be safe. One way or another, he has options. None of the players decided to make boats, but just as I said it, now we can see the T3P3RO's making some pier. Great idea. Honestly, well, I mean, this is hills, right? You cannot really make piers here. I think you can make here one. Honestly, I will make a pier here because it's much safer. And in the end, you do connect to the ocean or the lake. I mean, you have options. It doesn't really matter. It's just free food. Doesn't matter. Alright. Any pier from Cyber? No. No, there isn't. Doesn't matter though. Cyber made some towers, control vision, control the stone mines. You don't really care about the stone mines at this moment because you still have a lot of wood lines scattered everywhere. I mean, you have this one, you have this one, this one. I mean, there's wood everywhere. At the moment, this area is not important. And then you have all of this landmine in the south. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, they're both aging up, managing eco. I would suspect that Cyber will go to medieval just as said that he went to medieval. He went to West Asia. Alright. I look at his eco. Oof, his wood line is a bit rough. Did he upgrade anything at the front line? No, but he could upgrade the towers. That'd be expensive. I don't think he has wood for it. Anyhow, he upgraded a few warehouses. Yes, quite a few. He needs to upgrade 1 or 2, or maybe just delete all of them and make a new warehouse. Doesn't matter, but he needs to do something about that one. He has the food. I'll make 1 boat with a few boats. From 1 pier with a few boats. He's making a few houses. He already got the pop upgrade because he had the Palace Oleon. And now houses are being pumped out. Now, you're probably wondering, why is he making houses instead of just, you know, upgrading the houses? Well, while this only costs 160, and I think making a house costs around 300. Someone might need to check that, but it costs more to build it, but it provides more population, which is much more important. You can always delete a house, you know, deleting a house is not a problem. You can always delete if you have too many population, but in principle there's no problem. So it's much more efficient to initially build a few houses that you need anyways, and the rest you can upgrade. But you have to build a few first because that's more efficient. Especially early on when your wood is actually rough. So you want to maximize your efficiency. Anyways, at the front line we got some Iron Age archers, heavy archers, and heavy spearmen. Now we have also West Asia from T3P3RO. So essentially this is just West Asia battle at the moment. Alright, so yeah, I mean, at the moment, the T3P3RO economy looks a bit rough. And this army, I don't think he can win this. I mean, he can manage it, he's close to his base, there's towers shooting everywhere. But it's actually worth for him, yeah. Not bad, not bad. This is just trading resources. A lot of resources just gone to the bin. And Cyber doesn't have that excess resources at the moment. He is spending it. So, whatever. What is going on there? Oh, ballista. By the way, if anyone noticed, now it's red. Usually it was white before, but now it's red. It's a little reloading. Yeah, I mean, those ballista are kind of strong as buildings because their accuracy is good. But they're not great. Yeah, I mean, they're not great because they're low range. If the ballista had more range, more than onagers, then they will be very, very good. Onagers at the moment are just very strong, and Asia in general have kind of shitty siege units. Like for West Asia, the only options they got in early medieval is ballistas, and then when they get to late medieval, they have cannons, which are good. They only cost iron, which is very efficient for them. So if you have iron in a map, Asia is gonna enjoy it. So now this node is open for business. I mean, you still have this copper node and you still have this copper node, so it's not in a rush, right? You can see that metal wise, T3P3RO is not in a problem. It's no problem at the moment. I usually like to keep the inner node available and take to one of the edges if possible, but whatever works as long as you have it secure. Alright, so the T3P3RO at the moment is not aging up. Oh, wow, exactly at the timing. Maybe I just know what I'm doing, guys. I just know it. Anyway, there's a big army here. I mean, right now it's just Sim City, trading resources, and you can just see some sneaky from Cyber. And just as a note, Cyber is aging up to late medieval, so he will get some cannons eventually. Like I said, the cannons are the important feature of West Asia. Actually, Asia in general. Actually, no. East Asia doesn't have cannons. They have hand cannons, which are also good, but they lack range, which is the biggest criteria for siege unit. No range, means they're shit. I mean, they're not shit, you can spam them. Hand cannons are spammable, you can spam them, like in China units, like the militia. So that's their advantage, you can spam them out. But cannons, they're very strong because of the range. They have a huge range. I think 250, that's kinda huge. Anyways, what the? Cyber? You're a greedy man. This is greed. What is this, Cyber? Are you really gonna make in front of your opponent's vision? Bloody oh yeah. Here's the thing. T3P3RO was not sure if Cyber was FK because at this moment he was going forward attacking him and then he was noticed. Oh fuck my life. Both players did the exact same thing at the exact same time. I guess they were kind of surprised there. Now this is about damage control. Who can do the most damage but at the same time not get a lot of damage. So at the moment Cyber is winning because he found the workers, he found the houses, he could just kill those houses, kill those workers, and that's gonna do a lot of damage to T3P3RO. And now you can see here T3P3RO also found Cyber workers which are just dying very fast. Honestly, where are you going, man? Wait, no. These are Cyber units. What am I saying? These are Cyber units. I'm not sure. Anyways, a lot of the workers are still alive. I don't know what they did there, but that was useless. This was completely bollocks. Just useless. Yeah, I mean Cyber did a lot of damage in comparison to T3P3RO. Because T3P3RO should have just focused on the houses when he had the opportunity. But I don't think he had the right composition as well. Yeah, I mean T3P3RO had essentially heavy archers, which are not bad, they have good damage. So in principle he could have focused on the workers somewhere. But there's a lot of towers as well, so maybe that gave the impression that he could not attack. Well, tough spot for him. On the other hand, Cyber came in. You can still see the corpses around. There's so many bodies lying around, just dying. Just many died. We can see economy wise, right? We got 80 and something, and here for the T3P3RO we have. Yeah, this is rough. This is very bad. Like 40 workers. He has the food, he has the wood, but this is gonna bring him like way behind. Now in terms of options, he doesn't have many options. He can either go Turkey or India or just general IR. And to be honest, the only option he has in terms of cheap economy, IR economy I mean, is India. The rest are a bit expensive. Not too expensive, but they require at least 80 to 100 workers, which he just saw it, he doesn't have anything close to that. He just spammed 52 workers there, that's a lot. At least the benefit that Asia has that is spam workers fast. So even if you lose a lot of workers, you can still create them fast. But it's gonna cost you a lot. It's gonna cost you a lot of workers. What are you doing? It's dead, man. Stop exit. Stop clicking the X button. No. Yes, now attacking the right unit. Exactly. Anyways, as you can see, the range is massive. He can attack this, but that cannot attack him. Those Sarbas, as far as I understand, Sarbas are not. Yeah, that's a shitty damage. I don't think they have the upgrade as well, so maybe that's something. No, they have the upgrade. Alright. Yeah, but Sarbas are cheap. Very cheap units. Alright, so all of the investment that Cyber put into making those melting houses essentially went to nothing. Not really worth it, really. This is always greedy. When you make a siege buildings in front of the opponent base, you always need to take into account that it's too open, you cannot defend this, it's too far from your base, too far from your military buildings. It's much better to just make them in your base where it's secure, because it costs a lot and they're gonna produce a unit that's gonna be very slow to begin with. You're not gonna attack every second with that unit. You want to pressure, you want to create an area that you have control on. And that's really the purpose of siege, controlling and pushing. So you need to be patient with siege units. So this is okay. This is okay spot because this is in front of your base. You can make a lot of military units like archers, spearmen, whatever, and towers. So this is safe. Not too safe, but it is safe. At least better than making them in the front line, you know. This is where too close to the opponent. It's like saying like to the opponent, yeah, I'm here, come attack me. Anyways, now Cyber should be Turkey any minute now. Not any minute, a few minutes. Economy wise, it's a bit rough on the iron, but he has one in the base, still good. He has one there, still good, and one here. So good. That should be just fine for at least 10 minutes. No problem. And there's also one good big node there that you could take. Anyway, there's a big battle on the front, which is going to cost him a lot of metal to deal with, because this is a lot of units. Most of this will only cost him food and wood to counter it, but this is a big army. If the pair plays it right, he can deal with this. But I think this is the reason why Cyber is in a tough pickle. Remember what I said? Cannons cost only metal. 280, 70-second production and only 3 pop. Very, very strong. Very cheap as well. I mean, it's not cheap, but metal is not a problem in this map, right? You have loads of metal everywhere. If you make those cannons, you're gonna kill a lot of units. But the problem right now is that this is a huge army. And what Cyber has in composition against it? He has a lot of those stuff here, and he can spam them. Yeah, he can spam them. He can defend this. He loses one every time, but he can just spam them out. That's the biggest advantage. Oof. That's the biggest advantage that Asia has. And yeah, he can just spam it, make towers, and he should be safe, you know. He's making Vision Tower. Not really important in your base, but in general it's a good idea to just make it. Because who knows, maybe there will be sneaky stuff from the T3P3RO, from the sea, coming in, sniping all of this section and all of that section as well with siege, and all of this section as well. There's a lot of options. If you want to use both, you can use it, but then the cost is that you're gonna lose control in the land, or at least have control, because you don't have as many units as you want in the front. Anyways, there is some cannons from the T3P3RO. Too close though, you need to get some distance. A lot of cannons. If the T3P3RO has if he masses them and uses them properly, he can kill Cyber. Those cannons, when they come out, they're gonna come out in mass, but there's still a few minutes, not minutes, but no, why did you go away? Oh yeah, that's a big army of archers there. Yeah, what I'm saying, of course he needs to run away. He cannot win this battle. You overextended. This is a bad trade. And now the army of cannons are there. And now those cannons are shooting and they hit, and now it's bad for the T3P3RO. If he doesn't regroup and make a big army to defend against this, he can just lose all his front line. Now there is some elephants coming in from the T3P3RO. If he plays it properly, those elephants can kill all of the cannons, no problem. But here's the catch. You see those snipers? They're not many at the moment, but they're menacing. Their armor is low when they're not in position, but their accuracy is just bungus. It's just balls. It's just weird. 2% dispersion. Essentially, you're guaranteed to hit. No matter what. It's just massive. And they can kill an elephant, no problem at all. Now we have another wave of cannons coming out from this. And now you can see Cyber has the pop upgrade. He's gonna make houses. He's gonna make more. But at the moment he still has a lot of pop available. And this army just pushing in. And now let's look at the Pero. Like the Pero economy, it's just rough, Since he lost all of his workers, he remained be 40 in a bit. He could not keep up. This is just a big blow that he could not keep up. He tried to circumvent it by making a lot of boats. It is a good idea, but it did not manage to keep up. It's not enough. The boats helped his food supply, but it's not enough to supply the wood and iron. I mean, at the moment the iron is fine. The biggest expenditure is gonna make elephants, and they cost a lot of food and a lot of wood. Not many iron though. It's only 50. Yeah, but the food and wood is the biggest issue. So sure, food is manageable. It's got boats, but the wood, not really. And did he even take the pop upgrade? No, he's second on the moment, and it's going fine. But he really need to mass them up. He needs a huge army of elephants, really big army. And the problem is, the more time he gives for, I'm gobsmacked. The more time. Why? What do you mean time? Cyber can just go in and end them. Like what the hell? Look at this army. Alright, let me analyze it. Alright, so here's the deal. Ignore the archers for a second, they're just useless at the moment, but 38 snipers, okay? Remember I said they hit, essentially they're guaranteed 100% accuracy, especially against elephants. Elephants are thick, they're big, they're juicy, big targets. No problem to hit them at all. So it's a guaranteed 100%. And because the elephants have only 13 average armor, yeah, I just did the archers, they're shit. Just waste of pop. So when you have 39 of them, 39 times 26, no, 39 times 13, right? That's at least a few hundreds, right? No, wait. Yeah, 39 times 13, that's close to 400. Definitely. So one hit from 37 of those is almost a kill. Almost a kill. Wow, that's like a headshot then. Every 3.5 seconds an elephant is gonna die. That's the meaning. But on the other hand, every 3.5 there's gonna be a lot of bullets firing, but not many are gonna hit. And not many means no one's gonna die, because if no one's gonna die, those snipers will just kill everything in the end. And don't forget, we got like 19 yeah, just look. Let's slow it down a little bit. Now let's slow it down really. They're moving. Boom, half HP. Boom, half HP. Every 3.5 seconds, boom, half HP. And don't forget, those cannons, they're shooting a lot of projectiles, and each one does quite a damage. Some of it is being reduced by the AoE, but it's still a lot of damage. So all of the elephants that he grouped died. So this is just the end of it, right? I mean, sure, he's gonna make more and more elephants. He's not gonna give up naturally. He's gonna battle to the end. But let's face it, what can you do about it? If you're India at this stage, what can you do? So the counter to cannons is machine gun balloons, the balloons that fire bullets. But the problem is, those balloons are countered by those snipers. They have 18 damage to aviation units, which essentially means nothing will go past them. They're gonna kill everything. So the only way you can deal with this is, well, there isn't. There isn't a way. You're screwed. Nah, I'm kidding. Let me check the units of what he has on options here. Well, I mean, sniper are elite units, but snipers also die very easily to machine gunners. How they're called? The one that moves very slowly, but it shoots a very large amount of projectiles. But the thing is, it's almost the same as the elephants, so there is no point. Yeah, no, that's the problem. This composition is very, very strong. If you do it properly, it's very strong. I guess you just have to outrange them, but you don't really outrange them, do you? And well, T3P3RO had enough, or to be exact, it did not have much choice. He will die any minute now. And yeah, that's about it, honestly. Although it was a lot of SimCity, it was about control, and it was a slow paced game. A lot of Asia players, at least at the high level, it's about controlling the map, gaining dominance, and pushing. So you can see here, when Cyber eventually stopped with, I mean, if he loses this army, for God knows why, then he will just spam out in the front line, light cannons or mortars. Nah, light cannons. Mortars are only useful in island maps. Like if you're in the island maps and you want to harass over a large distance, like huge distance, so mortar is good. But other than that, get light cannons. Yeah, light cannons, sniper. Oh, here they are. Machine gunner. In principle, machine gunners should counter any light-foot infantry unit, but with enough snipers, they will kill everything. So no, this is only good against militia. Yeah, I mean, this is a tough match. This is a really tough match. So, anyways, I think I had enough. But if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to my channel, liking, commenting, and yeah, this was a good match. This is a high level one. Asia players need a lot of iron, like huge amount of iron. You have no idea how much iron they use in this match. If you play in a map that doesn't have a lot of iron, you need to end the game fast. This is why Europe players really benefit a lot from maps that don't have any iron, because you can just spam bows. You can just spam onagers. It's just too much. So that's why the meta is so promising for Euro players, because of the low iron requirement. Until, you know, before IR. If you go to IR, you need iron. But until medieval, it's kind of easy to just be okay with just 5,000 iron, you know? You won't have a lot on the end of it as well, but 5k is just enough. Anyways, see you on the next one, guys. Bye.